Hey guys, this is the Ultimate Warrior here, and I am back with my thoughts on Sonic Forces in the non-review review. So I just got done beating Sonic Forces about 15 minutes ago. I live streamed that if you want to check it out. But as far as my thoughts about the game, well, let me just start off by saying I am a casual Sonic fan, meaning, or at least my interpretation of casual. I watched a few cartoons of Sonic when I was a child, and but I really was never super heavy into it. Like, I only watched those cartoons when there was nothing else on. So I've seen about, I think, 4 episodes, but I never really got into the earlier games because the whole speed thing wasn't, that just wasn't my cup of tea. But, I played Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, and I really enjoyed that game. You can see my review, or my review thoughts on it. I also have that posted. I think I posted it about a year ago, but that was really good. And so I don't really know any of the characters or their names. I know just a little bit about them. So this is the angle that I'm coming from. But after playing Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, I was open to trying other Sonic games that may come out, especially for the PS4, and this one came out. And the only time I heard about it, really, was when they were making, sorry, my voice is kind of going out because I was talking a lot on the live stream. But no regrets. Anyways, but I heard about this game only because of the bonus edition that came with, like, the Sega pack with Monkey Ball and I think Knight's costume, Jet Set Radio, and all the other costumes that I never really used. But there was one that caught my attention, and if you can see by my poster over there and on my hat, I am a Persona 5 fan, and that costume came with a Persona 5 Joker DLC skin. And as I checked out the game, I'm not gonna lie, I had a bad impression of the game. And I didn't even want to get it because it looked terrible to begin with. But I kid you not, the only reason I got this game at that point was because of the Persona 5 Joker DLC skin, where you get to dress up your hedgehog as, or you can create a character, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a hedgehog. I just made mine a hedgehog because that's what it looked like. It was a hedgehog in the DLC picture of Joker. So yeah, that's the only reason I got that game, was because of that DLC. I guarantee you, if it was not for that DLC, I would not have purchased this game, or pre-ordered it at least. I probably would have purchased it down the line, but maybe on like a Black Friday. But anyways, so Sega knew what they were doing, because I think the Persona 5 DLC skin moved a lot of copies, and I mean a lot. If I just had to take a rough guesstimate, it probably sold like 1,000 more up front, just because. But that's just me, and I have no statistics to back it up. Could be more, could be less. But anyways, as I played the game, I was actually surprised, because I thought this game was going to be a letdown. But you know what? Sonic Forces is actually not a bad game. And it was more challenging than I thought it would be. Just slightly, though. And this was on like normal mode. If you see my live stream of it, you could see I'm just like spending hours trying to get through like certain missions, and the only way I beat the game was because I had help in the group from one person named Supe Marzi, so shout out to that person. But it was a challenge, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story for what it was. It wasn't too deep, but it wasn't necessarily fluffy and all of that good stuff. Um, you're basically playing from an angle where Robotnik has taken over the world and you've got to undo his madness. So it was nice to see that dark angle coming from Sonic. But apparently Sonic has had darker themes before, I asked in the live stream. But, for me as a casual Sonic fan thinking, they're saving the world before destruction usually. So that kind of threw me for a loop. I kind of knew about the story beforehand, but it's still kind of interesting to see how it plays out. The feeling I got from it was a bit more of a serious tone. It's like they were trying to take serious elements from, I don't know, maybe like Call of Duty, and I even hesitate to say that, but kind of like a darker theme. Not that dark, but just a more of a serious theme from what you would expect from like a longer adventure or action game, something like that. But that makes me wonder, what would Sonic be like if it was rated T for teen? It'd probably be really interesting. But they made it work to where it's rated E for everyone, or everyone 10 and up at least. But yeah, the story, it was good. I enjoyed seeing it. I enjoyed seeing my boy Joker the Hedgehog on there. I think that really did it for me, because knowing Joker from Persona 5, he's the protagonist. So those good feelings are from Persona 5 and me playing that, or just being like translated over to Sonic Forces where we gotta save the world again. So I'm obviously biased in that way. I believe it was that in my live stream, and the interaction I had with the people on there made me like the game a whole lot more. But on its own, I think it's pretty decent. Just one thing, well, not one thing, but there's a couple of things I didn't necessarily like about the game. Let's just start with Tails. Tails is just kind of put on this pedestal as like this tragic character throughout the entire game. And it's like just about wherever you see Tails is a sadness. This is going to be some spoiler alerts, but he's just so sad the whole time. Tails has lost it. And I really wish we could have saw more of Tails. And, just kind of talking to Sonic about what happened at the beginning and just kind of his whole mindset throughout. I mean, even the ending scene with Tails and, spoiler alert, classic Sonic, as I like to call it, him fading. It was just so depressing. So I really wish Tails had more of an upbeat presence throughout the game. But as far as the gameplay logistics go, I'm not gonna lie, this game was 80 to 90% terrible in terms of the camera angles. Like, my character was so small, and I couldn't hardly see him half the time I was losing. I was doing one thing, and then like you get a bunch of flashes of light everywhere, and you got so much stuff going on in the game that by the time you can catch up to see where your character is, he done fell in the pit, and now the screen is saying try again. So the camera angles were wonky, and aside from the cutscenes, it's like you really can't enjoy your created character. I really couldn't enjoy, Joker the Hedgehog as I was playing with him, because he was like this little tiny dot with in my case, I had these little purple people alien things following me with my Wispin weapon and my perk, so I could barely see him. And it's like, really? So it made it harder for me to enjoy the game in that sense. And wall climbing, yes. If you're out there and you played this game, and you aren't like this hardcore Sonic fan, I am with you. If you were to say, screw that wall climbing. Wall climbing was super hard in that game, and it took me a long time to figure out how the heck to do it. So that kind of took me out of my intense gaming. But, we got there. A job's a job, and, it got done. Yeah, the wall climbing, the freaking laser chasing. Good elements for a challenging game. I just wish that the controls were tweaked a little bit and the camera angles were tweaked a little bit. I think that could have helped to improve the game. Maybe less flashy stuff going on. Again, that goes back to being able to zoom in on your character so you can see where they're actually going. But yeah, stuff like that. That's the main thing that stands out in my mind. I wasn't going to write like a spreadsheet of all of this stuff that could be improved. I'm just kind of talking off the cuff here. So it's like, well, if it sticks out in my mind, then those are the main things. And all the others are just little nitpicks, most likely. But, despite those few little things, I think you can genuinely enjoy this game, and if you can, live stream it. Just a word of warning though, it's Sega, so the cutscenes are blocked, which that kind of surprised me a little bit, but not really since the same was done with Persona 5. But yeah, if I had to rank this game, just in terms of like the story mode, because I'm not the type of person who's going to be a completionist and complete every little side mission or unlock every single thing. With Sims 4 and LA Noire around the corner, like yeah, I pretty much got this game and expected to beat this game in about a weekend or two, and mission accomplished. It served its purpose, and it provided for some nice entertainment. But if I were to score this game a 1 out of 10, 1 being absolutely terrible, and 10 being, the best game there is, well, it's obviously not going to get a 10 from me, and it's definitely not going to get a 1 from me. I don't want to say it's a 5. If I had to score the game, I would give it a 6.5. The story was pretty decent. Just the way they executed the controls, that really did it for me, and the wonky camera angles, that took it down a peg. If it wasn't for those, I'd give it a 7. But should you buy this game? Should you go out and buy this game right now? If you're looking for a fairly decent challenge and you just have absolutely nothing else to play right now, and you are at least a casual Sonic fan, or you want to maybe try to get into the series, kind of, and you have the money laying around, then yeah, I say go get it. But if you don't get it, don't stress out about it. It'll still be there. I think $40 is a very comfortable price point for this type of game. And I do think it is worth the money. But like I said, with Black Friday around the corner, I know there's probably going to be some places that have it for $20. So I think that would be the even better deal, especially now that the bonus editions are out. I would get it now if you can find a bonus edition and you are a fan of the Sega packs, especially Persona 5. But if you just want the vanilla copy, yeah, it's fine if you get it now. Even better if you wait a week or two, whenever Black Friday is. I'll say it's worth it regardless, and I think you will have fun. I think playing this game, it kind of brought out the superhero in me, that I always wanted to be when I was a kid. Because I was just like, yeah, we did it! And it's we beat them with the power of friendship and bonds and stuff, and it was very uplifting, It brought a smile to my face. So yeah, if you want to if you're in your 20s or whatnot, and you want to bring out your inner kid, go ahead and get this game. I'll say it's worth it. Just be warned of the wonky camera controls and angles, but I think most likely you may enjoy it, despite the shortcomings, if we're just talking about story-wise. But looks like this video has run on long enough, so if you happen to like this video, or you're a fan of video games or Ultimate Game stuff in general, or even a fan of drink testing, taste testing, toys, reviews, stuff like that, then feel free to check out the rest of my channel. And if you happen to like what you see, then please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Do what you gotta do, and I will see you guys in the next video, which, gaming wise, for the short term, it might be Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, depending on if I can get my own line to work. But as far as the next two big titles are concerned, it's gonna be Sims 4 and LA Noire, most likely. And maybe Call of Duty if I decide to get that on Black Friday. But between Sims 4 and LA Noire, if you are interested in seeing me live stream those, which one are you more interested in? Right now I'm gunning for Sims 4 the most, but if there is a nice interest to see me play LA Noire, then I'll try to bump Sims 4 to the side and try to give them some equal amount of time. Because I do love entertaining y'all. So, and if y'all are happy, I'm happy. And if you guys are not happy, well, I'm not happy, usually. You know, unless you're one of those people who I can't please at all. But anyways, this video's gone on long enough. Let me know what you think, LA Noire or Sims 4. And I will see you all in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.